Hey, it's Mrs. Hart. It is Monday the 4th, April 4th, and sorry I couldn't be with you guys today. I'm off at a conference in Bradford, Virginia, and I'll be there until I think midday on Wednesday. So I've set lots of stuff up for you through Heart Academy, and also you have the worksheets with you, and so it shouldn't be as bad. And we are still doing translating expressions. All my classes are doing translating expressions, so same thing that we were doing before we had spring break. So you'll be prepared for a small little quiz on Friday. Do not panic and freak out about it. I promise you, it won't be bad. Okay, so this video is for the classwork, and you should have a packet that has all the classwork, and you have the packet also contains the slides that I'm going through that I would normally do in person. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and write down your homework if you haven't already done so, and let's go. So Monday's plan, you're going to watch the Heart Academy video, which you are doing right now. Check. You're going to follow along in the classwork packet during the Heart Academy video, which you should be doing right now. Check. Yes, it'll be counted for a grade. After the video and classwork, you may begin working on your homework, and that's a separate worksheet that you'll be able to get as soon as your classwork part is finished. So I hope that's clear, okay? So this video might come in like 2 or 3 segments. It depends because I can only record 15 minutes at a time if you're familiar how I do the Heart Academy. I do want you to follow along though, because this packet for the Heart Academy classwork video will be counted as a grade, remember. All right, so flipping to the next slide. Here we have words. So I've given you this several times. You're going to have 2 worksheets that have just clue words on what multiplication, division, and subtraction words are. So these are some words that mean addition, words that mean subtraction, multiplication, division. You get the idea. And I just got them from online because there's different ones out there, and some of them have different words than others. So I just kind of like cut and pasted 2 sheets together, a front and back sheet actually, that will help you figure out which operation some of these expressions will be saying. So again, more addition words, subtraction words, multiplication, division words, and this nice little chart here for addition. Here are some of the words: subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, so addition, you're finding the sum; subtraction, you're finding a difference; multiplication, you're finding a product; division, you're finding a quotient, and all the different words that mean those. All right, so you get the idea. So that's just for a resource for you that you should actually be using for your classwork and homework for the next several days throughout the week, and yeah, even on a little small quiz that you'll see on Friday. All right, so what's next is this. So we had started this last week, so I'm just going to jump right in there. And then as you follow along with me, you should be putting your answers in here. So let's take a look at the first one. Okay, so it says, now let's begin translating between words and math. So I'm warming you up a little bit since we've been off for a week during spring break about how to write expressions, mathematical expressions. Okay, so what I've done was I looked up some different ways of teaching it in different flip charts like this, and I got a couple great ideas from other teachers. So I just kind of put them together, and hopefully this video will help you understand the process a lot better before you begin doing your homework for this week. All right, so here's the first one. Which word phrase represents the following expression? Okay, starting very basic, as you can see. I know you guys already know this. 5 times 3. So remember, the word product means multiplication. If you're not sure that's what it meant, again, taking a look at the sheets until you find which one has product on it. Okay, you can see product will be here, multiplication, and all of these should actually have product on it because that is a common word for multiplication. Product there, product here. Okay, so which word phrase represents the following expression? 5 times 3. A, the product of 5 and 3. B, 5 less than 3, or C, the quotient of 5 and 3. Go ahead and take a second to answer that. I'll pretend that you are with me and that you are taking a second to answer that. Okay, so if you answered it, A, B, or C, your correct answer is A, the product of 5 and 3. Because remember, product means multiplication, so I have 5 times 3. There it is. Next one. Which word phrase represents the following expression? This one right here. Now this time I'm not going to say it out loud, but I will read your answer choices. Okay, won't say this part out loud, but here are your answer choices. A, the difference of 14 and n. B, 14 more than n. C, the quotient of 14 and n. Go ahead and take a second and write your answer in here, whatever you think the answer is. Okay? Da, 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 da. I'm going to pretend you did that, and we're moving. Your correct answer choice should be C, the quotient of 14 and end. How do we know? Because the word quotient means division. Here it is. Quotient means division. Again, as you can find, if you use your keywords, you should see quotient on all of these because quotient is a typical word for division. So there's quotient, and then over here you see quotient or quotient of. Okay, and then where's the other one? Here we go, right here. Quotient. So you know that that was a division problem. All right. Moving over to the next one. Ooh, with this one, we get to play a game. Oh, yeah. So in here, you're going to write your answer choice. The product of 8 and X. Which one of these, A, B, C, D, E, or F, would be the product of 8 and X? Okay? And write your answer choice going straight down the row right here. Okay? The product of 8 and X. Go ahead and take a second to do that. And I'm going to do these one at a time. Okay, so the product of 8 and X. If you are correct, your answer choice is B. See that? Look at B, product. Again, keyword here is product, means multiply. So I have 8 times X. And if you recall, this is something that we've already discussed in class many times. And that's anytime you have a number right next to a letter, it means multiply. I know that should sound familiar, shouldn't it? Yes, it should. All right, so now this one is out. Let's look at the next one. X divided by 8. X divided by 8. Which answer choice is it? Write your answer choice right here. You still have remaining A, C, D, E, or F. X divided by 8. Divided by 8. X divided by 8. Sometimes it helps to repeat it to yourself out loud so that you can picture exactly what it is saying. So your correct answer should be F if you did this. X divided by 8. So now we know that this one is out. Moving on to the next one. The quotient of 8 and X. The quotient of 8 and X. What does the word quotient mean? Go back and look at your keyword sheet. The quotient of 8 and X. Write your answer choice right here. If you've done so, you should have A. The quotient of 8 and X, okay? Quotient means division, yes. And in this case, the 8 is first. The quotient of 8 and X, as opposed to this one in which X was first. The product of 8 and X, X divided by 8. So X divided by 8 looks like this. The quotient of 8 and X looks like this. Hope that wasn't confusing. Your next one, 8 take away X. 8 take away X. First you need to figure out what does take away mean, okay? Once you figure out what take away means, what order should it be in? 8 take away X. So what should you have first? 8 or the X? Put your answer choice right here. If you have done so, you chose C if you did it correctly. 8 take away X. 8 take away X. Our next one, X decreased by. Here's a key word. The word by tells us something, doesn't it? It means that the word by is going to be at the end of your expression. So 8 decreased by 8. Excuse me, X decreased by 8. Okay, so first figure out what the word decreased means, which by now you should figure this one. Okay, and if you chose your correct answer, you got E. So 8 or X decreased by 8. So this keyword by is going to let you know that it's going to be towards the end of your expression. All right. Looking at the next one, we have, let me get rid of that. This one should be pretty obvious which one it's going to be, don't you think? Okay, here we go. 8 more than X. Well, look at that. 8 more than X. Again, figure out what more than means. And usually when it says more and then have the than afterwards, that's going to indicate it's at the end of your expression. So this is not 8 plus X, it's X plus 8. So this indicates you started with X and now you have 8 more. So 8 more than what you started with, X. And there we go. All right, moving on to the next slide. Okay, so with this slide, we have a word phrase. Write your expression here, and there'll be more than one ways to write this, okay? So you choose which way that you would like to write the expression. All right, so here we go. Word phrase, a number plus 5, or sum of a number and 5, or 5 more than a number, okay? So different word phrases that should give you the same expression, okay? So a number plus 5, the sum of a number and 5, 5 more than a number. Remember that keyword more than? So that's telling you that 5 should be at the end of your expression, like this. All of these mean this. This was not 5 plus n, it's n plus 5. Let's take a look at that and figure out why again. A number, here it is, plus 5. See how that works out? A number plus 5. And then we have sum, which means addition, of a number and 5. 5 more than a number. So that's indicating that you started with a number and now you have 5 more. So here are different word phrases for a subtraction problem. See if you can write your correct expression here. I'll read these for you. Subtract 11 from a number. Subtract 11 from a number. Or the difference of a number and 11. The difference of a number and 11. This one, 11 less than. See a pattern here? A number less than a number. Hopefully you filled in something right here, and let's see if you got the correct answer. There it is. 11 less than a number, or subtract 11 from a number. Subtract 11 from a number, or the difference of a number and 11. The difference of a number and 11. Going on to your multiplication one, here are two different examples of the word phrases. 3 multiplied by a number. 3 multiplied by a number, or the product of 3 and a number. So what do you think is going to go first, your variable or your number? Practice writing that one right there, and if you did it correctly, this sounds like the number is first. And two different ways that you can write this. Remember, the parentheses with nothing in between it means multiply, or you have your number and then your variable. And when you have a number and a variable right next to each other, it means multiply. So both of these say 3 multiplied by a number, or product of 3 and a number. Last example is for division. 7 divided into a number. 7 divided into a number, or quotient of a number and 7. So what's going to be first, your letter or 7? All right, so which one is going to be first? 7 divided into a number, or the quotient of a number and 7. These are two examples of that. So 7 divided into a number. If you wrote it as a fraction, please remember divided into means that's the bottom number going into the top. So 7 divided into a number, or the quotient of a number and 7. There you go. I hope these were a little bit clear for you if you struggled a little bit with trying to figure out the expressions and how to write them. So I hope this served as a good example. You can always refer back to it if you're doing the homework or any other the classwork stuff on your own. Okay. Now your next sheet looks like this. Okay. So with this sheet right here, what you can't see are the different examples that you can put for adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. So I'm just going to kind of run through this, and I know that your worksheet on this one is kind of dark, okay? So you don't have these on the side that you can actually move around, but I'm just going to do a few of them. And I'm going to actually do those few on the next video. So the next video will be called like part 2 of Monday classwork, because this video, I'm running out of time on this one. So I'm going to stop it right here, and then you just click on the next video to keep it going. All right, guys, see you on the next one.